Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the free-to-play strength Jeice prior to the force, and we're going to see just how good he is at 100% and link level 10 in the hidden potential system and the linking system. So free-to-play unit and part of the famous Ginyu Force, he's a space traveling warriors category key +3, HP attack and defense at 70% lead, and also a strength type lead of 50%. He raises defense for 1 turn, whilst also boosting allies defense by 20% and attack by 20% for 1 turn on a super attack. He has attack and defense of 90% and an additional attack and defense of 20% with each attack performed, gives extreme class allies key +3 and attack of 30%, foresees enemy super attacks, a very powerful ability, and if there's another Ginyu Force category ally on the team, he will give Ginyu Force category allies 40% defense. In terms of his links, he's got Ginyu Force, Signature Pose, Team of Terror, Brainiacs, Flee, and Sharing the Limit, and he's on Dragon Ball Seekers, Ginyu Force, Planet Namek Saga, Space Traveling Warriors, Special Pose, and Terrifying Conquerors. All in all, as a unit, he is pretty cool. Forcing super attacks is a pretty powerful ability. In terms of hidden potential, I have him full additional, but in hindsight I would say you probably want to build him full evasion, as you probably want to use him as a floating unit more so than as a second slot unit, which is what I used him for after his EZA. Ideally you're going to want to have him with that evasion to provide support and forcing super attacks with the potential to avoid any of the big damage with his evasion. I think a full evasion build will give you 30%, which all in all is not too bad. Now, in terms of him as a unit, I think very good. Raw defense wise, the numbers that start of turn aren't too crazy. We're getting close to the 200k mark with Jeice, depending on how much support's on rotation when fully built up. And attack wise, we're not getting anything too crazy either. I think 3.9 million being his highest. The big thing with Jeice though, isn't the raw numbers. Big thing with him is the synergy of all of his abilities. He provides an attack and defense up buff, he provides an attack and defense buff from his passive, he provides forcing super attacks, and he provides ki. All of which are very important abilities that basically make it a lot easier. So for me, realistically speaking, I think it is a very simple situation. I think he's a very good unit, and ultimately, for me, it looks really good in terms of the utility he can provide the team. As a raw numbers unit, he's never going to hit super big heights. If you compare him to even some of the other team Ginyu Force free-to-play units, he's not there in terms of raw numbers. But the way he is a great utility unit. His forcing super attacks, his support, and his boosts from his super attack can come in handy. I love using him in the second slot back in the day. He was kind of a really cool unit to have because you could see when all the attacks would come, and then you would also be able to boost the rest of the rotation with him, giving your third slot unit some really chunky meaty defense and offensive boosts, also allowing you to place your units in the right position. All in all, a great unit, and I think ultimately a unit that had a great EZA at the time. Level 10 links for the Ginyu Force do matter a little bit. Ginyu Force gives him 5% for a critical hit. Signature Pose gives him 7% attack. Tag Team of Terror gives him 20% attack. Brainiacs gives him another 5% to attack and defense. Flee gives him evasion, though not super duper important. And Sharing the Limit gives him a bit of attack and defense. All in all, a good unit. With link level 10, with everything going on, I think a very useful unit. However, largely useful because of utility and not in terms of raw numbers. You don't need to focus on links with this guy. If you're using him, you're running him on a Ginyu Force or a Space Traveling Warriors, and in those situations you're looking for Ginyu Force and Signature Pose. Brainiacs is also fairly common and can be used. However, Tag Team of Terror and Flee are very uncommon links. Sharing the Limit is his most common key link. He doesn't necessarily need it, but it does help out other units, and it's a nice little buffer to attack and defense. And that's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what else you want me to cover, and bye.